I'm Keith Barry.
I can detect lies, read or implant thoughts, and influence behavior.
Sleeping all the way down, relaxing every single muscle in your body.
This is not happening.
Did you know your mind can be hacked like a computer?
Try not to allow me to get inside your head.
How could he get inside someone's head?
Weird. Your thoughts controlled or even wiped.
The guy took my mind away.
Your body gives away clues. The way you breathe, your pulse, your eyes.
How do you know my account number?
You become transparent and can be manipulated.
It's freaking impossible.
I understand and use these signals to get inside your head.
How did you know that?
Is it science or is it deception? "60 to 70% of all communication is derived from nonverbal behavior. When we're anxious or stressed, the physical signs of what we're feeling become even more visible."
I'm here on Hollywood Boulevard. I'm about to stop people at an ATM machine to try and experiment with their stress levels, their bank card, and their PIN number. Excuse me, can you help me out with something? No? Come on, just 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. You sure? Can I stop you for a second? Have you got time? 2 minutes? Hey man, can I stop you for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, great. I'm going to try something right now at an ATM machine. Do you have your bank card with you, your ATM card with you?
Yeah.
All right, can you take it out for a second? All right, I don't want to touch that at all. How many people besides you know your PIN number?
Just me.
Just you?
Yeah.
Have you ever told anybody your PIN number?
Told anyone?
Yeah.
Not that I remember, no.
All right, and when's the last time you used an ATM machine?
Oh, yesterday?
Right, but you're happy there's no way I could know your PIN number, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm going to try a little experiment right now on stress levels. If I could tell you what your PIN number was right now, would that stress you out?
Yeah.
All right, just put your card in the machine. Okay, I'm just going to take you by the wrist for a second, if that's okay. Let's hit English there. Okay, it says, please enter your PIN number. Focus on the first digit, whatever the first digit is. You just told me. You just don't know how you told me. It was a 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, focus on the second digit. The second digit, you're actually telling me now. You just don't know how you're telling me. Nine.
Yeah.
Focus on the third digit. Try to shut me down. That was another 9.
Son of a...
I'm not too sure. It's either 5 or 6. Don't say it. Just think it. 6. Okay, I'm inside your account right now. I'm inside your account. Focus on an amount that you want to take out. Focus on an amount. I'm going to try and take out an amount right now. Are you okay with me taking cash out of your...
No, actually, that's... No.
You're seriously not okay with
No,
this?
that's not correct. How do you know my account number?
I saw it.
No, seriously, how do you know my account number? How'd you know that? Huh?
You told me. You just don't know how you told me.
No, I didn't tell you my number.
You told me. You spoke.
I'm being serious, bro. How did you know that?
You spoke without speaking. That's what I do.
Who is that guy? Hang on. Who is that guy? Seriously. Okay, I know, but who is that guy? How does he know my account number?
Imagination directly influences body movement, and depending on how you ask the subject questions and how you measure the signals, they can give a reflection of the thought process underneath it.
Just tell me exactly what happened just now.
Okay, I was walking down the street.
Hello there, how are you? Can I stop you for a second?
Sure.
I'm going to try something in a moment with your bank card.
And some guy said that he might know my account number.
Put your card in the machine.
Now?
Yeah, right now, put it in. I want you to focus on the first digit, just the first digit of your PIN number.
So you told him what your PIN number was?
No, I didn't tell him. He said to think of your PIN number.
Try not to allow me to get inside your head.
How can you get in someone's head?
4. Was it a 4? And you're getting a little bit stressed now, right?
Right.
I'm serious, dude. That's not cool. He guessed the exact numbers, the exact 4 digits of my number.
6. I'm now in your bank account. How does that make you feel?
Scary.
That makes you feel kind of weird right now,
A
right?
little bit.
And you know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm going to my bank right now and I'm gonna change my PIN number.
Hacking the mind and a bank account is unnerving for most people. Let's try something completely different.
The average person has about 20,000 words in their vocabulary. I'm only interested in one of them. Hi there, thanks for stopping. What's your name?
Mark.
Mark. I'm going to try a little experiment with you right now with words, okay? I've got a card here. I'm going to flash this card to you very, very quickly. It's got some words written on it. These words are going to enter your subconscious mind, but not your conscious mind. So visualize a space between us right here. Really focus on that space. Good. And did you see any of those words?
No.
No? Just name a word out loud now.
Apple.
Apple.
Yes.
Would you be amazed if one of these words was the word apple?
Totally.
You would?
Yeah.
You see it there?
Oh my God.
Name the first letter of each word out loud.
A-P-P-L-E.
Apple. That's for you, man.
But I didn't even think I saw a single letter on that thing. It flashed so fast, it was just a blur.
When we see a flash of information, we do take in most of that information. We have various ways in which we handle it.
People often recognize more than they realize that there's imprinting that goes on in the brain. So you can see things, but certainly not just on a conscious level.
And did you see any of those words?
No.
No?
My subconscious mind must have seen the bolded letters. It just makes you think that, you know, you won't even realize that something like that will flash before your eyes, and yet it's still flashing through your mind.
The average human visual field extends to approximately 60 degrees left and right from the center of the face. I'm going to try an experiment involving vision and the subconscious mind.
Excuse me, can I stop you for a second?
Yes.
You all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to try something with your newspaper, if that's okay. All right, can I borrow it? Let's see what we got here. We got lots of different photographs on the front of your newspaper. Photograph of like a butterfly, some baseball players, and an airplane. I want you to take back the newspaper. Here's what I'd like you to do. Just turn all the way around, look at the front of the newspaper, and I want you to familiarize yourself with the front of the newspaper. Do that for me now. I'm going to write something down while you do that. I don't want you to see what it is just yet. Good. I want you to turn back now. Face me. Good. Perfect. Put out your right forefinger like this. Right forefinger, and just stare at your right forefinger for me. Close your left eye. This is important. Good. And stare at that right forefinger for 3 seconds. 2, 1. Good. I want you to open up the front of the newspaper. Take your right forefinger and place it on a paragraph. Any paragraph of your choosing. Do that for me now. I want you to move your finger over and back, word for word, and go down line by line and stop on any word of your choosing. You stopped at a word, yeah? And you could have had any word.
Yeah.
What word have you got in mind now? Name it out loud.
U.S. Airways.
U.S. Airways. Does that feel like a completely free choice to you?
Yeah.
What if I told you it wasn't a free choice? What if I told you I controlled you to stop on U.S. Airways? How would that make you feel?
I don't believe it.
You don't believe me?
No. No. Oh. Oh. Okay, man. Whoa, dude. He stopped me on the street and asked me to pick an article.
I'd like to try something with your newspaper, if that's okay.
He told me to pick a word.
As you become more aware of your surroundings, your brain picks up things that are going on around you.
Place your right finger out and just stare at your finger. Watch your finger. Close your left eye for me. Close your left eye. And stare at that finger for 3 seconds.
Through peripheral vision, we take in a lot of information about people and our surroundings.
I didn't see anything. I didn't see nothing. So how did he do that?
Preconscious processing is the processing of information in our subconscious mind or interior mind before it has even consciously registered. And this happens through peripheral vision.
There's lots of different words there. You could have chosen any other word, correct?
Yeah.
Did that feel like a free choice to you, Ollie?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I didn't didn't show him anything. He didn't know what word he didn't know. How did he know?
Amazing.
Pinche loco, cabrón. Seriously, man, how do you do that, man? Oh, man.
Does anybody here know what ESP is? Hands up if you know what ESP is. I visit a graduate psychology class. Think about value now to see who can get inside my head. I've been invited today to meet a group of psychology students who want to see a live demonstration of my abilities. They're expecting to see some mind reading. I'm going to show them mind writing.
Class, we have someone coming in today, Keith Berry. He's a mentalist from Ireland. Keith.
Hi, Professor. How are you?
Hi, Keith.
Thanks for having me here today. And you guys pretty much have no idea why I'm here, correct? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask you, does anybody here know what ESP is? ESP. Hands up if you know what ESP is. So 3 or 4 of you do. What's your understanding of ESP?
I know it's extrasensory perception, and it's the ability to have some sort of mind-reading power.
Right. And that's kind of the old terminology for ESP, because it's actually now known as what's called VIP. And it's not a very important person. It's called VIP for a very good reason. It's called VIP because it's visual influential persuasion is what it's now known as. And we're going to try a little experiment right here with you guys. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to visualize a card in your minds. But it's really important right now you put your hands in your laps, put your feet flat on the floor for me. Good. And I want you to imagine a TV screen between us. Make your minds completely blank. And when I snap my fingers, I want you to fill that screen full of color. Now, there's 2 colors associated with playing cards, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to visualize a playing card. So when I snap my fingers, fill the screen full of color, either red or black. Now, good. Now I'd like to compress that screen down into a shape. This is the suit that appears on the card. Do that for me now. Good. And finally, we need to give the card a value. So there's ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, or king. Think of a value now. Good. When I clap my hands, if you got the card that I was thinking of, I want you to stand up. And the card I was thinking of was the 3 of diamonds. How amazing is it that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you actually really did think of the 3 of diamonds? And here's the extra bit. The answer has been staring at you all along. Examine it.
Why do you think so many people thought of that card? The majority of folks thought about that card.
I was thinking maybe the color red because we're imagining a blank TV screen, and then blank TV screens are usually black. And they said, I didn't think of a color, and we're likely to switch over to something that, I don't know. So maybe that's persuaded the red.
What do you guys think?
I have no idea.
Diamond.
Oh. Yeah, diamond. We didn't see that on a conscious level at all. It's completely subconscious, right?
It's not only the things that we see that affect us so much. In fact, the things that we aren't aware that we see will often have more impact than the things we see.
Keith may be forming a diamond with his hands, for example, as a way of suggesting a card suit. And there might be visual information available in the room that was presented to them that they're not consciously aware of, but that could guide their decision.
Do you guys mind if I stop you for a second? Is that all right? Yeah. Let's see, you've got a watch on. What's your name?
Lori.
Lori, do you mind if I borrow that watch just for a moment? I'm going to set your watch to a very specific time. Let's see, I'll go for there. Okay, put out your left hand for me, please. Put your fist all the way around the watch. I don't want you to see the time. Just allow that to relax down. Put out your right hand. Stare at your hand and sleep down now. Down, down, deep, deep down. And just relax every single muscle of your body. I want you to visualize in your mind a clock, a nod when you can see a clock. Good. And in your mind, I want you to see the hands of that clock spinning around and around and around and around. A nod when you can see them spinning. Good. And now slowly see those hands slowing down, and stopping at a specific time. A nod when you've got a time in mind. Good. 2, 1. Eyes open, wide awake. Good. Do you feel okay? Yeah. Felt kind of weird though, a little dizzy, right? So did you see? Can you describe the clock that you saw?
It was the clock at work, a big white clock.
A big white clock. Good, at work. And you saw the hands spinning around. Can you remember the time?
Yes.
All right. What was the time?
3:02.
3:02. Have a look.
Oh no way. Oh my God! It does it! Yes, it does.
Show them.
It does. Oh my God! That was amazing.
I'm going to set your watch to a very specific time. There.
Of course, even in the verbal hypnotic tonality, hypnotic linguistics, there is rhythm, tone, pitch.
And in your mind, I want you to see the hands of that clock spinning around and around.
It ain't what you say, it's the way that you're saying it.
Oh my gosh! How did she know? I think he read my mind.
Have you any idea what color balls I've placed in what pockets around my body?
No.
There's no way, right?
No.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Keith Barry. I can detect lies, read or implant thoughts, and influence behavior. I'm a mentalist, and I use the power of suggestion, observation, and psychology to control your mind. Is it science or deception?
I'm here at Hollywood Billiards about to meet one of LA's top pool hustlers. I'm going to study his behavior in an attempt to predict his patterns.
If you look at somebody's past behavior, it will inevitably, if they have subconscious patterning, it will give you a lot of indications of their future behavior.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, great, thanks. Thanks for coming along here today.
Of course.
Now, you've no idea what's about to take place, correct?
I have no idea.
Now, I believe you're pretty good at pool, right?
I'm all right.
How long have you been playing for?
Since I was about 5.
Right. Do you play regularly, like every week or every other day?
Like
or
every day, basically.
Every day?
I've been here for about 7 years at this place.
All right, and do you hustle at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For real? You
For
really
real,
do hustle?
oh yeah.
Take some money from people?
Play for money.
I'll lose the cue for you.
Okay.
You have a jacket over there.
Yeah.
Can you grab your jacket and put it on for me, please? Fantastic. Here's how this works. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to look the other way. When you look the other way, I'm going to take these balls and place them in various pockets around my body, okay? It's important you don't see what pockets I place the balls in.
Okay.
So close your eyes now, turn the other way, put your hands over your eyes, okay, and stay right there. Let's see. All right, no peeking now.
No.
Great, turn back. Actually, before you turn back, turn away again. I'm going to just make a quick change. Great, now you can turn back.
All right.
Have you any idea what color balls I've placed in what pockets around my body?
No.
There's no way, right?
No.
That's important because in a moment, I'm going to ask you to do the exact same thing. I've got a second set of balls here for you. Now, the reason we'll keep them inside this box is I don't want the cameras to see which order you take them out in.
Okay.
That's important, okay? I'll close my eyes, I'll look away. All balls clearing off the table?
Got him.
Okay, close the box and move it aside.
Yep.
Good. Here's the interesting thing. When I asked you to pocket the balls around the table, I was actually observing you.
Yeah.
I was observing your behavior patterns. And if I got a good read on you, you should have chosen to take the black ball and place it into your right front pants pocket. Go ahead and take it out.
Okay.
And put it right here on the table. What if I told you I did the exact same thing just a few moments ago?
Okay.
I think you probably put the brown ball in your left front pants pocket. Put it right there.
All right, you got my interest.
What if I told you I did the exact same thing there also? Will that freak you out just a little bit?
How the hell are you, doing this?
Let's stop for a moment.
I didn't shoot him in this order, did I?
What do you think? I don't think so. You didn't shoot them in this order.
I didn't shoot him in this order.
No, but the order that you shot those balls in told me everything that I needed to know about you.
Okay.
Look, inside my back left trouser pocket, I'll do mine first this time. Look, inside my back left, I placed the yellow ball. Can you remember what color you have there?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's the yellow ball.
Okay, well, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Put it right down there.
Okay.
Good. I'll do my back right first. I've got blue. What color do you have? Okay, put it right down there. As a matter of fact, let's do the last two together. Both hands in both pockets on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, both hands together.
How the hell did you do this?
Now that's a perfect match.
That's a perfect match indeed. How the hell did you do that? All right, I'm stumped. He mind hustled me.
In many cases, watching people and understanding their modes of behavior allow you to predict the future.
He had no idea which ball I was going to pick up, and yet it's the ball that's in the right pocket. He pulls them out of his own pocket the same way.
And if we watch a person long enough, we can get a sense of what these assumptions are and make pretty accurate predictions about what they might do in the future.
You know, I'll tell you what, if I could figure out when people were going to pocket what balls, especially in straight pull, I'd make money all day long. I'd quit my day job.
Do you know the name of your first kiss? I do.
How did you know that?
You've got an object in mind, yes?
I've got it.
I haven't told anyone that story.
It's freaking impossible.
Most of us have convinced ourselves our thoughts are truly private, but the eyes never lie.
Only about 20% of our communication is actually verbal. The rest is what's called paraverbal or non-verbal.
Okay, so I'm here in Santa Monica with a local artist, Joe King.
Hey, howdy.
Joe, thanks for taking part in my little experiment here today. Actually, you're very used to standing in front of the sketch pad, but today,
Absolutely.
I'm going to put you behind the sketch pad. Is that all right? We're going to swap positions. Can you take a seat?
All right.
I know it's quite unusual for you to swap positions, swap around. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to draw something. But this is going to be a little bit unusual. You're going to draw something that you've never drawn before. So I have to ask you, how many years have you been an artist?
Almost 30 years.
So how many thousands of things would you think you've drawn?
Almost everything.
Almost everything, good. So here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to think now of all the things that you haven't drawn. So have a good think about that, of things that you haven't drawn.
Okay.
I know it's quite difficult. And now I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to draw one of those objects that you've never drawn before. So go ahead and close your eyes.
In my mind?
In your mind, only in your mind, okay? See that object now and start drawing. I'm just going to touch it very lightly. You've got an object in mind, yes?
I've got it.
Good. Keep drawing it. Keep your eyes closed just for a moment. I'm going to start sketching here. I have to tell you, I'm one of the worst artists you'll have ever come across, so do forgive me if this isn't as accurate a representation as it should be. Let's see, I'll do that. I'm just trying to get an essence. Did you start, by the way, keep your eyes closed, did you start with a straight line which turned into almost like a little bit of a curve? Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yes, good. And then you went into another straight line?
Yes.
Yes, good. And this is the exact way you're drawing it in your mind. Perfect. You went down, and I'm seeing like kind of like a cross. There's some kind of a cross in this. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yes, good. Okay, good. As you're drawing it, I'm drawing in perfect synchronicity with your mind right now. Good, good, good. Let's do that. Let me do this. And this. Okay, did my best. Open your eyes. So, there was many, many objects you could have drawn, yes?
Yeah.
What was it that you drew? Only in your mind?
A pogo stick.
A pogo stick? A pogo stick, huh? Take a look.
No way! That's impossible. This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me.
It's very easy to sense eye movements based on changes in lid tension by feeling around the eyes, and so that probably launched a certain elimination process. It's going to have this kind of shape. It's going to have these certain edges and features in it.
It's freaking impossible. When he said, think of something that you've never drawn, I was also trying to think of something that you couldn't find. The pogo stick was something that it's not a common toy anymore. I was visualizing the twin pipes coming up and turning into the handlebars.
We also tend to, especially when our eyes are closed and our vision is no longer present, we tend to activate our muscles a little bit in ways that might allow information about the object to come out.
I'm really stunned. He's got the gift or the ability or the power to see inside somebody's mind.
It's really amazing what you can tell about people just by looking at them. For instance, this girl over here, I'd say she's probably a Scorpio. I can tell that by the way she's dressed. Maybe a Libra, but I'm thinking more than likely a Scorpio. Also, I can tell by her tan, she spends a lot of time outdoors, so she prefers playing sports rather than watching them. I'd say maybe volleyball and also a little bit of swimming too. She's on her cell phone right now. I'd say she's probably on her cell phone to her boyfriend. So I'd say she's not single. She's got a boyfriend maybe for a couple of months. This girl over here, she's studying English. And I'd say she's catching up on some schoolwork today. Let's see how I get on with this girl over here. Follow me. Excuse me. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
We're just filming something about people watching.
Oh, okay.
Do you read your star signs, your astrological signs at all?
Not really, no.
Not really?
I do sometimes, but not often.
Well, what star sign are you? What sign are you?
Scorpio.
Scorpio, huh? That's interesting. And do you prefer playing sports or watching sports?
No, playing sports. I don't like watching sports.
You don't like watching sports? And what sports do you play?
Volleyball.
Volleyball, huh?
Yeah.
And more than that?
And swimming.
Swimming also, too. And just one more question. Have you a boyfriend at the moment, or are you single?
No, I haven't.
You do have a boyfriend. It's not what you see, but rather how you see it that really matters. Thanks so much. Thank you.
You can walk into a room and look around and see several people and get a feel for who they are, a sense of what they might do. But it's not pure science, and it's not 100% accurate.
I'd say the girl in the middle, you know, she probably likes watching sports as opposed to playing sports, maybe like baseball or even figure skating, I'd say she'd like. What sports do you like watching?
Baseball.
Baseball,
Or
huh? Baseball.
figure skating.
Baseball and figure skating, too. For instance, this guy over here, you know, he's a very sensitive person, so he's probably on the cusp of either a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. What sign are you, as a matter of interest?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, right on the cusp, huh? Do you know the name of your first kiss? I do. Hey, how are you? Can I stop you there for a second?
Yes.
What's your name?
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle, how are you? Gabrielle, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember your very first kiss?
Yes.
Do you remember it very vividly?
Yes.
Good, because not a lot of people remember, believe it or not. Some people get confused, but you do remember.
I do remember.
Okay, great. Just go back to that moment in time. Can I put your shades up in your head for a second?
Of course.
Good, I just need to see your eyes to do this. Good, go back now. Almost rewind the tape of your life. Back, back, back. Good. Good, you're about 12 or 13. I actually think it was 13. You're a lot of people, it happened at home or in a movie theater, but it wasn't either of those. You were at a dance. I can see you dancing, almost like at a war memorial dance. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. And this wasn't here in Los Angeles, was it?
No.
It was somewhere like Detroit, or was it Detroit?
It was in
close.
Michigan.
Oh, in Michigan, okay. So in Michigan, war memorial dance, focused on his name. It was a short, sweet kiss. It wasn't like a long-winded thing.
Oh my God.
It was Kevin, wasn't it?
Oh my God. How did you know that? Like, I haven't told anyone that story since middle school. How would you even guess that? How do you know by just looking at my...
Kevin.
It was Kevin. How did you know that? I haven't told anyone that story.
I saw it when you weren't speaking.
In my eyes.
Yeah.
How do you figure that out? Like,
Okay.
how do you, like, read my mind like that?
When was the last time you thought it, Kevin?
God, like 5 years ago. After it happened.
Until that moment right there, you never thought of
Never
Kevin,
thought of it. Ever. Like I said, I haven't told anyone that, and for him to just guess immediately is just, it's nuts. Like, I still can't get over it. The fact that he knew it was exactly Michigan, it was at the War Memorial, like, his name was Kevin, like, it's just, like, every single little detail I could have imagined, like, someone to know. I mean, I just always, like, take that as, like, an experience, like, you know, getting to know someone who just, like, knows the human body and how to manipulate us and, like, see through someone's mind. It's just kind of crazy.
I've trained to be a human lie detector. Do you know when you gave it away? Just now.
Amazing.
The average person tells about 4 lies a day. That's approximately 1,460 lies a year, and by the time we're 60, we've told over 80,000 lies. I've trained to be a human lie detector, reading people's body language, their eyes, and even their thoughts. I'm about to meet a police officer who's going to try and lie to me. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
What's your name?
Hugo.
Hugo, I'm Keith. Thanks for meeting me here today. So, Hugo, I'm going to talk a little bit about lie detection in a few moments.
Okay.
You're a former police officer.
Correct.
You've probably come across a lot of people who try to deceive you. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to lie to you and things like that?
Yes.
So, do you think you became pretty good at detecting when somebody was lying?
Fair, yeah, I would say there. Yeah.
So, did you use intuition, or were you looking for body language signals, or what were you looking for?
Body language signals, patterns of speech, some of the reddening of the skin, you know, heat of the blood when it goes to the ears.
Sure, so changes in body temperature, perspiration, people maybe folding their arms for a defense posture.
Right.
And maybe diverting their
Looking away.
gaze, things like that. So you're looking for all those little signals.
Right.
If I was to give you a lie detector test right now using a machine, I'd need to establish a baseline.
Right.
So I'd need to know when you were telling the truth. I've trained to be a human lie detector, and I've already determined your baseline.
Oh.
Do you know when I did that?
No.
When I walked into the room, I asked you your name. And assuming that your name really is Hugo,
yes.
You told the truth. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
So hopefully I'll be able to detect when you're lying. Put out both hands like this for me. Here's what we're going to do. In a moment, I'll ask you to think of an imaginary object. And I'll ask you to just think about which hand that object is in. Either your right hand or your left hand. I'll ask you both times, is it here? Is it here? And both times you'll say no. It's my job to figure out when you're lying. Okay. So first of all, have a moment now to think of an object and think of the shape of that object and what it looks like. Okay. You got something? Good. Look directly at me. Is it in your right hand?
No.
Is it in your left hand?
No.
I don't know if you noticed, but your chin dropped ever so slightly when you said it's in your left hand. So I believe you're lying, and it is over here. Is it in your left hand?
Yeah.
Be honest, yes, it is. Good. Okay, we'll try that again. This time you can swap hands, or you can keep it in the same hand. It's up to you. This time, Hugo, you're not going to say anything. You're just going to shake your head no.
Okay.
Both times. Is it here? Is it here? You shook your head just a little bit too long. The second time around, you kept it in the same hand. And be honest, is it still here?
Yes.
Yes, good. I'll try this one last time. This time, though, I'm just going to think the question. And you're just going to think the answer.
Okay.
But you'll think no both times. It's one thing to read body language, but it's another to read thoughts. Do you know when you gave it away? Just now. It's in the same hand.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah.
Good. Visualize the object. See it right now. This is something that actually exists. Is this something quite hard in texture? Is it hard?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I'm seeing an animated object. Something to do with one of your children?
No.
No. Okay, and I can see like a lead. Does a lead make any sense?
Yes.
Yes? I'm seeing ears. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
I'm seeing something to do with your dog? Your dog?
Yes, that's what it is.
What was it?
It's a dog pull toy.
A dog pull toy?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Amazing.
When somebody has heightened anxiety, whether it's from lying or whether it's from a conflict, the body activates a lot of its autonomic systems, and this is expressed in body position, sweat, and muscle contraction.
He read my body language, he read my behavior, watched my eyes for any subtle movements, and probably the tension in my hands as well.
If you're watching for the cues, they raise an eyebrow, they will glance away for a second. You can tell that they're nervous about something, but they do it very quickly. It can be very, very small.
If I knew what he knew, I'd be a marvel out in the street.
Every single memory now, I'm erasing from your mind. Gone. Well, what's your name? Where are you from? The human brain is the world's fastest supercomputer, with billions of neurons communicating in the blink of an eye where files and memories are stored. These files can be selected, moved, and even temporarily deleted. Hello, how are you guys?
Hi.
Do you mind if I sit with you for a moment?
Yeah,
Sure.
Is that okay? Good. What's your name?
Andreas.
Andreas, and you are?
Rebecca.
And you are?
I'm Christoph.
Christoph. Nice to meet you all. And how long do you guys all know each other?
I've known Christoph since kindergarten.
Right, so a long time.
And she's my girlfriend. She's known Christoph for a couple months now.
I'm going to try a little experiment with memories right now, okay? There's two different types of memories. Long-term memory, obviously, which is where everything that we've ever experienced is stored. And then there's short-term memory, which is, things like when we put our keys down, and that's why we sometimes forget things like our keys. I'm going to try something with you right now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I want you to access that part of your memory where all your files are stored, where all of your memory is. It's right here behind your ears. It's called the temporal lobe. And I want you to just bring all of those memories, every single memory from your life, up, across here, down, and onto your forehead. This is the frontal lobe. Every single memory now, I'm erasing from your mind. Going. Gone. When were you born? Do you recognize these people at all?
Like twitching.
No way. No way.
Where are you right now? Seriously, do you remember these people at all? Here, I've got something this might help you. Just have a look in the mirror. Got a mirror. Do you recognize that person? Who is this person here? It's okay, just relaxing now. And all of those memories come back in to your lobe right here. All those memories go back into your temporal lobe right here. And everything's back to normal, fine. What's your name?
Christoph.
Christoph, from when were you born?
September 4th.
September 4th. And do you recognize these people?
Yeah.
Who are they?
This is my best friend, his girlfriend.
Great. And by the way, do you recognize that person there? Who's that?
It's me.
It's you, right? Okay, hold on to that. Thanks so much.
So do you remember, not remembering us?
Yeah, what do you think happened for the last, 2 minutes? What do you remember?
I just remember being in, just in trance and just hearing his voice. I don't remember anything else.
Do you remember when he touched the back of your head and then erased all your memories? Is that the last thing you remember?
Yeah. He brought it to the front of my head, and I just couldn't remember anything else.
You were just staring at us, the most blank look on your face.
When you looked in the mirror, were you like, who is that person? Or did you...
Do you remember looking at yourself in the mirror?
It was just blank. It just came by as such a blur.
When you put somebody in a very deep trance, you're dealing with a primitive childlike mind, and you can convince it, and that means you put in perceptions on a very deep level.
What's your name? Try and remember your name. Who are you? Who do you think I am? Who's this dude over here? Who's this? Do you know him? No? Really? You don't remember? Try and remember.
sleeping all the way down, relaxing every single muscle in your body. In a moment, I'll just lay you out on your back.
To see him just have his mind wiped clean really blew my mind.
I've spent a lot of time trying to get inside other people's heads. Now I've found someone who might just be able to get into mine. Moshi Kai is 11 years old, but unlike most kids his age, he's a little ahead of the curve. He learned to read at age 3 and has been playing Mozart and Bach since he was 4. He began college at age 8 and graduated summa cum laude. He plans to have his PhD in astrophysics before he is even able to vote. He was brought here today, but has no idea why I chose this field as our meeting place.
Hey, Moshi Kai, how are you?
Hey, good, how about you?
Yeah, great, thank you. Thanks so much for coming along here today.
Oh, no problem.
And you're probably wondering right now what you're doing in the middle of a cornfield. Well, the reason I've chosen you today, Moshi Kai, is because of what you've got going on right up there. You've really done more, as you know, in 11 years than a lot of people would have done in a lifetime. We're going to try a demonstration in mind reading today. Have you ever had your mind read before?
No.
Have you ever read somebody's mind before?
No.
Here's what I'd like you to do. Just close your eyes. Actually, put your hands over your eyes for me. Put your hands over your eyes. I want you to think of something that you can clearly visualize. You've got something in mind, keep your hand over your eyes because I'm going to draw something on my hand. I don't want you to see what it is. Good. Open your eyes. I want you to take this marker for me. And whatever it was that you saw in your mind, I want you to draw it on your hand, nice and big. Hold your hand up so I don't see. Draw it nice and big as you can. All right, I'll take back the marker. Now, Moshi Kai, you could have drawn anything.
Yes.
Show me what you draw. You drew, it's kind of like the peace sign.
Yes.
This is crazy.
It was incredible that Keith drew the shape and knew the shape before I did when I read it down. How did he do it? I feel the peace sign is a very profound shape and very significant for people living in this time. To some extent, this is the reason why I chose the shape of the peace sign.
I'll tell you what, just come with me for a minute down here. You see, Moshi Kai, I told you we were doing an experiment in mind reading, correct?
Yes.
But what if I told you I wasn't reading your mind? What if I told you you were reading mine? Would you believe me?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe, but you're not sure. Well, I knew that you wouldn't be sure until you went home and watched this show just like them.
I feel there's exactly 2 lines at 45 degrees. And I'm like, wait a minute, the peace sign has 2 lines going at 45 degrees from the center. I just realized that this is like a whole peace sign right over here. I thought he was gonna read my mind and see what kind of shape I'm thinking of, but actually, I read his mind, all this experiment right here.